Well, guess who's back? Here's Gloria Pitzer. She's the radio recipe detective. This is something. She can tell you how to make, for example, Sara Lee cheesecake. She goes in and gets the product and figures out how they make it. Oh, man. And I'll tell you what, you know the sauce on the Big Mac hamburger, McDonald's, the sauce they have? Oh. Colonel Sanders chicken. At home, you can make, the secret herbs and spices. She was on the show. How long has it been?
12 years.
Are you kidding?
July of 81.
You haven't changed a bit.
Oh, it's sweet. Nice.
She's on the show, and she's got her little book. She worked for a newspaper, and the newspaper said, what'd they say? Go out and find out how.
They handed me this mail and said, let's have a food page. We'd never had one before. The first letter I opened was, how do they make that special sauce at a place called McDonald's? That started the whole thing.
And you found out.
Well, I didn't know.
And you published it, and were they upset?
It's sort of at first. Yeah. But later they became my best friends.
And you met the Colonel, did you not?
On the telephone twice.
Listen now. She's on the show 12 years ago, and we offer the recipe. She's got a little book. She does everything herself with a little, paste and cut and all. 1 million responses. Inundated her, changed her life. She was overwhelmed, lost weight, or whatever. No kidding. She has a newsletter, and she's not going to sell a book today. She doesn't even want you to know where she lives. She is, and there will be no box office number, but she is going to show a number of recipes today, and if you want to know what they are, you got to write them down. And for those of you in the audience who are kind of handicapped and didn't bring a pen, we got to help this audience.
Right.
But those of you watching at home, we're going to start with Colonel Sanders. You want to? Yeah. This is how you make them at home.
None of them are hard. None of them are
Go
hard.
to it. Okay. Let me just tell them what's coming up. We got to get all this in. She calls it the Big Mac special. That's the dressing. She's also going to she can make a Reese's cup. What do you? All right.
You're getting me in trouble.
What do you call it?
Recess.
Recess cup, she calls it. What else we got here? Hopeless Twinkies. You can make Twinkies, too.
Hopeless Twinkles.
Oh, Hopeless Twinkles. All right. We don't want to get in trouble.
No.
Did you ever get into, who's the guy with the cookies? Famous Amos?
Oh, I did a show with him out in Los Angeles.
Did you steal him? Did you steal his recipe?
He didn't tell me what it was, but I came so close he made me promise never to go into the cookie business.
Well, very good. All right, here is Big Sky.
No, Big Bucket in the Sky.
I'm sorry,
fried
Big Bucket
chicken.
in the Sky.
I don't expect you to know all this.
All right, if you're watching at home, get your pencil and paper. We will show you the recipe. There will be no post office box. You can't write to this woman as retiring.
I am. I really am. Is
this an exaggeration, 1 million responses?
In 90 days, we really had 1 million letters from
and so,
just your audience.
Well, I don't understand how you handle this because you don't have a...
Well,
we'll talk about it.
It was a long story.
We got a lot to do here,
you
Gloria.
have to read the script.
All right, you have 5 children. Do you mind if I tell them you're 57 years old?
When?
You supported your family. You are a recipe detective. You have been for 20 years. Incidentally, she lost her job at the newspaper because when she published Sara Lee or somebody, I don't know what you call it.
It was the Cheryl-Lise, like living together. Cheryl-Lise.
Oh, Cheryl-Lise is what you call them. But the sponsors were bailing out of the paper because she's stealing their...
Nice.
So then she went into her own... Now she has a radio show, which you're probably going to fold too pretty soon, are you?
No.
Or you're going to keep the radio show?
They'll hear me on the radio probably forever because I don't need makeup or microphones or anything.
No, you don't. That's all right. All right, let's get them with Big Bucket in the Sky.
All right. And before we let you try...
You want to do the half... you want to say something before we show the recipe?
Well, I just want to say our recipes are easy. There is nothing long or involved about them, and you can customize them to meet your own needs. If you're on low fat, low sugar, whatever, you just change it around. You're not going to ruin the recipe. They're infallible.
All right. You want to start with...
So let's come down here, first of all, before we do this, because I'm going to put together... Very simply, we're going to start with some self-rising flour. And it's really important, and you don't have to mix your own leavening into it. And I use about 2 cups of it. And you don't have to be, exact about it.
I'd be there an hour and a half measuring.
Well, okay. Now, my favorite ingredient is this tomato cup of soup, which I understand you can only get in the Midwest.
Well, you're bouncing around here. Okay. No wonder you're on the radio. You can't. Cup of soup. Here's the Lipton product. Cup of soup, and you need 2. What do you need? And you all know this is the the envelopes.
Right. We're going to empty that into the flour. If you can't find that on the East Coast, you can use Knorr. You want to show them?
Oh yeah, Knorr.
All right.
All right. Actually, well, all right, but it is
tomato with basil. And if you are on the West Coast, you're going to use the Lipton cream of soup, anything, cream of chicken, cream of celery, whatever.
Cream of anything. Put
about a tablespoon of paprika in it, and you'll have rosy colored chicken. That's why we use the tomato, not to really flavor it or whatever, but it gives it that Harlan Sanders look. Remember, his back 12 or 15 years ago is different than it is today.
You didn't put any in?
No, because we've already got the tomato. This will go in if you use the cream of soup.
Oh, I see. If you use the cream of soup, put the tomato, put the paprika in with it.
We're going to use a little
salt. Even I understand that.
A little bit of salt.
There we go. Go get it for you.
And we're going to mix it all up. Let's see. Okay. I've got to move over here, excuse me, and get my mixer.
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to put it into a plastic bag. And now I'm going to show you very quickly. We've already done this because I had so much to tell you. I didn't have time to do it on camera.
All right. Well,
have time to do it on camera.
All right, well, we'll do it because you do have a lot to tell us, and I want you to be able to share it with us.
Okay.
I'm just going to help you here. I'm very good at this.
Yes, I want you to. You should have learned something in 12 years.
Yeah, well, there's a question. That's the jury's out on that. Can I do one of these? Because
sure.
You do.
All right, let me get the chicken.
All right.
Now, this is only single coated because I know you'd want to.
Yeah, I don't put this whole thing in there.
No, you can put just enough. Let's try the drumstick. Because you can do that easily.
All right.
You're good at that.
Yes, I am.
Right. No, don't let it fall out. Okay.
Right.
A little bit more.
More.
Yeah, right in there.
I put 3, ladles in. Or
okay, now, you know what we forgot?
What'd you forget?
We have to put the secret ingredient in. I've got to tell you why I know that this works because the Colonel himself told me.
All right, let me hold this.
One of my radio shows, they had surprised me. This goes back about 15, 16 years ago. It's Good Seasons Italian dressing, and it replaces having your own 11 secret herbs and spices.
I'll throw that in there.
No,
in
there.
Bowl. Okay. Well, wait a minute. I got to pour this back then.
He was on the other phone one day on the radio with the talk show host I was doing it with.
Yeah.
And he said, "Let's see what kind of a detective you really are." He said, "You go to the supermarket and find one package of food." He didn't say box, bottle, or jar.
Right.
Come back next week on the show and tell me what you found. That'll do the same job as my 11 secret spices.
And you did.
So Paul and I and the 5 kids, who are our only helpers.
Right, I'm putting 3 in here, Gloria. I'm sorry.
That's
Go
great.
ahead. Go ahead. You go to the store.
We tested, maybe a couple dozen products. Now, put this in.
But you got something on there. What's on there?
We've got one layer of coating. We made this earlier in the day.
So
you can see how.
Again, Gloria.
Now put this in,
here.
right?
All right.
Okay, now shake it, twist it, shake it up, get it good.
All right.
No, good. Just coat. You don't have to bang it.
That's
poor
fine.
thing. Are you sure?
All right.
Okay. And when we looked at all the ingredients on these various packages, found this had almost everything in it that he talked about.
So you are telling us that with the recipe that has been displayed, I think already on the screen, you're going to get and put it in whatever oil.
Now, what we do from here is put it in the oven. Thanks to your show in July of '81, when I asked for a deep fryer and they brought me a toaster oven, and at the last minute I said, "Where's my deep fryer? Where's my oil?" Oh. We didn't know you wanted one.
And so they run out and they get it.
So we opened the toaster oven, which was for something else, and slipped the chicken in, and it was done in 30 minutes before the show was half over.
And it was just as good, or was different, or?
Look at your old films. Your audience loved it.
We
and
should
it was
have.
lower
We should
in
have pieces
fat.
of this.
We were 12 years ahead of our time. So here it is. Now we have done it for you.
But
No,
Where?
this isn't right here.
Oh, I see. You put this in the oven.
We put this in about an hour ago to make sure that it wasn't under the lights.
Yeah,
that it was.
It's a little hot.
We wanted to make sure it was just right. Now, where's our fork?
Well, I tell you, they don't need forks. These people all live in a boarding house. You know what we do need, though? That's good. Just give me one of those. Okay. Right. Hang on just a second.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me. Here, just take the napkin. All right. Now, what do you want? A breast, leg, wing? Up to you. All right. Now you give me sample that and tell me how you feel about this. Tell me if the Colonel shouldn't be jealous wherever he may be watching us. Very good. It's good, isn't it?
And you know what's different about it? It's soft. It's moist, which is the way he designed it before he sold it. And when I asked him why he was so generous with all of this information, you know what he told me? He had just come out of the courts, I think in the state of Ohio, being sued by the people he sold to because he criticized them.
Oh, there was. I remember that lawsuit. Yeah.
He said the coating tasted like cardboard and the gravy tasted like library paper.
After he sold it.
Yes.
Yeah. He was quite a pop-off. I mean, this guy didn't care about anything. He was a lovely man. He had been on our show. And he's dead now. What?
Oh, many years. 9 years, anyway.
Now, I want you to just understand that before now, his product was of softer crust. Is this what you're saying?
It was more like skillet fried grandma style. Remember how grandma used to make it? It tasted like that.
But they obviously discovered that a lot of people, including myself, like extra crispy, and so they went more crunchier after he left, after he sold the company.
It's more contemporary.
All right, so this is more what you're consuming there.
The old-fashioned.
Is more like the old-fashioned.
And if you like it that way, this recipe is for you.
Of course, you're not old enough to remember the old-fashioned. Let's do the recipe one more time. Is there anybody in the audience with a question? Because we've got a whole bunch of recipes I want to get in here before. Yes, ma'am. The big bucket in the sky chicken, 3 cups of self-rising flour, 1 tablespoon of paprika, 2 envelopes of Lipton tomato cup A soup powder. You only put 1 in. Did you put 2 in?
We were doing half a recipe, so.
2 packages of Good Seasons Italian dressing mix powder, 1 tablespoon of salt.
Teaspoon.
Sorry. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 butter.
1/4 pound
butter or margarine. I used to be able to see. All right.
And that's in the pan. We put the butter, margarine in the pan.
It's not polite to laugh like that. Yes, ma'am.
Can you remove the skin? Will it taste the same?
Can you remove the skin?
Yes. If you do the very same thing, moisten it good in water, and then shake it up, you can have skin free.
I'm glad you waited. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I'm here. I was wondering, a lot of these companies, they add a lot of artificial products and like benzene sulfates and artificial flavors and preservatives, and I assume you probably don't use them. So I was wondering
if any they use.
And I was wondering if any of these things taste differently because you're not using these chemicals.
Well, it could be. I try to derive the same taste, and I do it just like you would. I taste their product, and then I taste it myself, and then I try to customize it so that I add what I think it needs, and I only work with pure food products, no synthetics.
Well, that's good.
Had a question?
Do you have any more questions? Yes, ma'am. You wanted that. Just take that for me.
Is it good if you cook it the day before and then reheat it?
Yes, you can, as long as you do what we did. Seal it fine in foil after it's cool. Don't put it away hot. And then into your refrigerator, sealed tightly. Bring it out at least an hour or half hour before you put it in the oven, especially if you're in a Pyrex dish. You don't want the oven heat, per the recipe, to crack the dish. But it works out fine. Microwave, too. She's got your microphone.
I'm wired. Bring the mic if you don't mind here. Please, may I say, please bring the mic. Give her this. Take that. Would you mind serving some of the people in the audience? I mean, I'm a bit of a pig here. Here. These are our Donahue hand-made napkins. And so just take that and go to the cheap seats because those people always get, and go serve some chicken if you don't mind. If you don't have to. I mean, you're not even in the union. You can do that.
All right.
Can we get one more in before we, we better get one more in. Reese's. You want to do the Reese cup now? Go get them, Gloria.
All right.
Now. Go ahead.
I have made these up backstage today so that they had a chance to set, but I brought out my mixture, and we're going to have a hand camera shot of what it looks like on the monitors. You will see when we have melted Hershey bar, and make sure it's Hershey's. They're the ones that fathered the original recess, and I promised I would never use any other chocolate when I talked to their lawyers. And really, and this is peanut butter, plain peanut butter, which if you put it in a Pyrex cup in a pan of hot water, as you'll see on the monitor, it should be pourable. And now I'm going to just make up a couple of them for you. What we've done, we've taken cupcake liners, like so, and a pair of scissors, and we cut them down to about 1 inch deep so that they look like the original. You set them in your cupcake wells, and you will make perfect make-alikes. So here we are. We're going to put just about a tablespoon in the bottom, and you can see how they're going to set up in about 2 or 3 hours without even refrigeration right away. Whoops. These are homemade. You don't have to worry about drips and spills. We're not working with computers.
Yeah, this is crazy, but take some of the chicken shots in the audience.
Okay.
Look at this. Now, good, isn't it? This is wild. Reese's and Colonel Sanders chicken. But
what a menu.
I know.
Hear from the
and I got food all over my face here.
Okay.
All right.
Now, next.
Now we got to concentrate on this. This is important.
Yes, please.
All right. I'm sorry.
All right. This is the melted peanut butter. The next step over that tablespoon of melted chocolate, which, by the way, we had some peanut butter in it, and you'll see the recipe up on the monitor. We're going to put just about a tablespoonful over the mixture there. And when we get that in and it spreads to the point that you can see it, then we will top it off with the remaining chocolate. You just divide it between all of the cups. That's it. There's no powdered sugar in it. I don't care how many recipes you've seen with powdered sugar in it. That's not it. This is just Hershey's chocolate and peanut butter, and it's great.
Is that the first slide on this?
Now
that's the only slide. 8 ounces Hershey milk chocolate bar, 8 ounce Hershey milk chocolate melt, and 1.5 cups peanut butter, but you're doing 2 different. There. Oh, I see. That's all you do?
Now, this has peanut butter in it, which gives you the flavor, the softness, and the texture. See how smooth it is? Just like the real thing.
Excuse me, but what has peanut butter in it?
The chocolate, when we melted it.
So, in other words, a Hershey bar comes with peanut butter in it?
No, we added the peanut butter.
Oh, we added it. Well, you got to tell them. Did we tell them that? So you know this.
We have 1.5.
I'm the only one who doesn't get it, right?
We put 1/2 cup of peanut butter in with the chocolate bar and melted it. And the other cup we put in here and got it.
1/2 cup of peanut butter in with the chocolate bar. Right. That's pretty important. And I don't think that said so on this thing, right?
No, you don't have to. People know that.
Oh. They probably do. Yes, sir. You want to stand so we can hear you and just grab that?
Can you use chunky peanut butter as well?
Like yeah, sure, insides? If you want to. That won't make any difference. Yeah. Sure.
Sure. It's okay with me, you know.
And you don't even have to cut the papers
down. Have you got any of those to eat? Hang on a minute. Yes, ma'am. You wanted to ask.
Is this going to have the same amount of calories in it as the original would?
Calories? We took those all out before we started. What's a calorie?
Obviously will. Sure. I mean, you know, if you're going to...
oh, yes.
If you're going to have a party, you got to have
but this one is wet. So
not a recess.
Yes, so here, if you just want to lift them up.
What did she say? A half a cup of melted peanut butter goes into 1 Hershey bar, 1 8-ounce Hershey bar, melted. And then the rest of the peanut butter, which is melted, goes on top of that product.
A tablespoonful, just enough to cover the chocolate. And now, then more chocolate.
I have a question. Where you just poured the chocolate into the cups, and then you pour the peanut butter on on top.
I let it sit. See, on camera we're working a little faster, but if you let it sit until maybe a half hour or 20 minutes, let the chocolate start to firm up. Then when you put the peanut butter in, it won't work its way into the bottom chocolate. And then let it sit until the peanut butter firms up a few minutes, and then put the chocolate over it.
Well, I'm glad we told them that. Are you there, caller? We got time for a quickie here.
Okay. Hi there, Gloria. I wanted to ask you, do you know of any dishes from Brazil?
No, not really.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Seriously.
Any dishes from Brazil? You know, it's still the same wacky show you were on 13 years ago.
I know.
Listen,
how about the Caribbean? Anything...
No, my daughter's potluck for Girl Scouts has to make a dish from Brazil. I know nothing from Brazil.
I see what you mean. You know, may I suggest something? I would go to the public library and check with them. They're my favorite source.
Okay.
What are you serving, Patrick? You got the peanut butter? Reese's. Did we make the... What did you... Recess. I'm sorry. Not Reese's. Recess. Just wait a minute. Let me have one. Just let me show one before. This one is yours. Here's how they look. Here's how they look when you're finished. Come on. Look at how... Is that fabulous? I'm telling you, you got to make these. Who did I promise this to? We're with Gloria Pitzer, who is the detective recipe, and we'll be back to put together all kinds of things for you in just a moment.
To be part of the audience, please send a postcard to Donahue Tickets, care of NBC, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York, 10112. Remember, postcards only, please.
Hang on a minute. You know what she stole? White Castle hamburger. Only, but so that we don't get sued and spend the rest of our days in jail.
You won't
because
be friends of mine.
Right, yeah, and these people won't even visit us in prison. I know they won't.
We'll send you.
So what are we calling White Castle?
White Tassel.
Oh, good. White? All right, do your stuff here,
All right.
Gloria.
We have a mixture here, and I want to show you the kind of sirloin that we use. Ground sirloin. Don't use plain hamburger ground chuck. You want as little fat as possible in it, and believe it or not, this works with them too, because I try to emulate it as closely as theirs is. And I have mixed into that to give it the same quality of meat that they have in theirs, which we can't get in the supermarket. I've used a little canned beef broth and some baby food strained beef. No fat in it. Pure product, absolutely nothing but pure beef.
Yeah.
And
now,
when you mix it into
excuse me, but this is funny. Don't show them yet. This is funny.
What's that?
How does she make the buns? You don't even know, do you? She cuts the hot dog buns in there. Oh, why didn't you think of this? Isn't that a great idea? All right.
Okay, now we have some work.
We got some going here. You tell me when to turn them? Well, let's show the recipe here, Brian, while we're working here.
Okay, we have to give you a... Yes.
Do we have a... What do you call it?
We have to have a turner.
And you want me to turn them now?
Well, when they look like they're getting done, they're not done yet.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'll leave them.
Okay.
All right, here are your White Tassel hamburgers. 1/4 cup dried minced onion. 1/4 cup hot water. 1 pound ground round. 3 ounces a jar strained beef or veal baby food.
Yes. And that's
put it all in there. Mush it in there like that.
And what you have is like a meatloaf product.
2/3 cup canned clear beef broth. And 1 package of regular hot dog buns, and you know what to do.
I don't want anyone to think that this isn't pure beef, and we give it to our children in this country. It's excellent.
Yeah, it is.
And you can really puree it with them better than you can yourselves.
All right.
So here's what it will look like. After it's been refrigerated, tightly covered for a couple of hours, it will be like a meatloaf mixture, yet no binders in it like eggs or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pure meat.
And you have the...
and very low fat.
This is an onion option, right?
You want it to look like theirs?
Yeah.
You know what they do there?
What do they do?
To get it to fry evenly, they make holes in it like that.
Well, those clever people.
And that's in the recipe, too, that's going to be in your transcript.
Oh, that's right. We do have a transcript. That
all of these
I never even thought of that.
All of these... Phil, it's your show.
That's right, it is. All right. Do we have to show this again? We don't. They got it, right? But I'm afraid we're going to leave it
Now,
out.
the water and the onion, we didn't put into the meat because if you watch them when they work at their place, this is what I used, was dry minced onion so it would not spoil. It never spoils with the water, just until it's soft.
Yeah.
And it will be about a tablespoon. We're going to put like right there and then flip over.
Right on top of it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is just
Can you
so
do
clever.
that?
I tell you what, Gloria, you could have become a millionaire, and you didn't.
I know it. You know what? When we were on your show before and I had that chance, one of my radio people said when I canceled out with them, Gloria, the definition of hell is God giving you everything you thought you wanted all at once. And that's what you did for us.
Oh, well, aren't you a woman of fine breeding, and you the things, you know what's important in life, and you didn't want to do it. It would wreck the family, wouldn't it? I mean,
really,
it changed your life anyway.
We had reached what we wanted to do. Why did I want to sell it like Debbie Fields did, or Wally Amos? None of them are happy with having given up.
The Colonel wasn't happy.
No, he was miserable. That's why he went to court to...
Yeah. All right, put some more onion in there.
All right, you ready to flip some more? Okay.
I tell you what, though, I mean, it is tempting. I mean, you could do this.
I can put it up high.
We get a small office somewhere in the Midwest. We won't have to deal with. Excuse me, I'm not doing a good job here.
That's all right.
Now
you're a beginner.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
In many ways. All right.
But practice makes perfect. You'll do this better at home when you practice.
So you put it down first and then turn it over.
Yeah, and then you turn it over, and that's the general idea. And we're going to get them up on high heat.
Okay, and we are going to serve these White Castle hamburgers.
Now, see, the secret, though, is serve them promptly. You can't let them stand. You can't put them in the refrigerator or let them stand at the counter. It goes from the refrigerator to the pan, the fire.
Okay, I can't wait to have one of these.
Okay, I will, while you do this.
Yeah, have you got any prepared?
No.
No, this is it.
Why we're doing it.
All right.
We don't want the same problem these other places have had.
All right.
Now,
I got a break. Gloria, I'm sorry, but we're already, we've been on the air 4 minutes, and I'm 25 minutes behind.
Okay.
We will serve these White Castle hamburgers. You've already had the recessed peanut butter cups. What's the cake? Is that Sara Lee?
No, it's Twinkles.
Twinkles. As
Hopeless.
In, we get it.
Twinkles.
Hopeless Twinkles. All right. And also, I just wanted to let them, what's Wednesday's chili?
Oh, that's right here.
Yeah. But what'd you steal here? Whose product was it?
Wednesdays? Think about it. You know Dave Thomas?
Oh, Wendy's. Oh, hey, I'm slower than most people here. We'll be back with Wednesday's chili and also White Castle hamburgers in just a moment. Look at this. We got the White Castle hamburgers. This is neat. This is so neat. Look at this. I mean, you remember when sliders? They call them sliders, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Ours should be.
Well, I don't have any family, and so I've got to eat this myself. Too bad. Well, I mean, we've got some more. I mean,
there's a gentleman on the end there that will have one right here.
I bet he will. We'll fill up some more of these, and I'll take them.
That's my husband.
It's your husband? Oh. Well, wait a minute. Now, that's not fair to bring the family in this. You're Mr. Pitzer, are you? Thanks a lot for coming. You could have been loaded, pal. And I mean it. Can you imagine 1 million people responded? I mean, your house must have been covered with mail.
It was.
Yeah. Well.
And the basement, too.
Yeah. But you are such a happily married, well-balanced, drug-free couple, I'll tell you. We are inspired by what you've done here, Gloria, and I am sure that whenever you decide to retire, that you will. Excuse me, let me just take a phone call here.
Okay.
I can't. Excuse me, I'm running right in front of everybody. Are you there, caller? I'm glad you waited. Hi.
Hi, Phil.
Hi.
Can we get back to the chicken for a minute?
Yeah.
I don't know whether did she bake that chicken or fry it?
350 for about 40 minutes in the oven, or until the largest piece you have is tender, and the juices run clear, not pink.
Okay.
And it's the meat is milky white. Make sure there's no pinkness to it. You want it thoroughly done, but not dry.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
I just never would believe in a million years that I would be on the Phil Donahue show.
Oh, I'm so glad you joined us.
Yes,
You won the lottery.
I'm going to give you one more. Okay. Now you can, whoops.
Now, where is my microphone?
Okay.
On the counter? Where? Oh, it's over here. We put it in the Reese cup. Yes, you want it? Yes, sir. We've got to get some men in here.
Yes, even though it's obviously ineffective, is there in fact a copyright law for recipes?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, through, especially mine, through my broadcasts and my previously published books, which are out of print now, but you might catch them in garage
No, I think he
swap
wonders
meets
why
and all.
the company wouldn't.
Oh, the companies are trademarked. Oh, that's a part of their trademark. You don't dare trespass on.
Well, then how do you get away with this?
Because I'm doing the same thing Rich Little does with voices. I don't know what they put in their products, and I don't want to know. I know that when you take our ingredients and you've just tasted for yourself.
This is a White Castle hamburger, I'm telling you.
And we come up with a make-alike that is almost on target, if not right there.
You're doing the White Castle hamburgers back there? Good. Enjoy.
We forgot the mustard, pickle, and ketchup. I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right.
He has me so confused.
All right, let's go. We got to move,
right,
or we're going to be
move.
right into the evening
We're
news here.
next into chili.
Oh, you want to do chili? All right. Wednesday's chili. You are too clever for words, I'll tell you.
Okay. Oops.
What do you do here that's different?
Now, we have browned the hamburger, and we've started ahead of time because it takes a while to really get the flavors to blend, and we used the ground round again.
Right.
And the recipe is up there. Now, the secret of this, I want you to know, okay, thanks. You must have your blender in order to take a can of French onion soup. And this will give you about 6 or 8 other ingredients. So
I got to hold this for you.
All right.
Just let me hold it right here. Go ahead.
Okay, let's pour it in, and then you can have the can to show everybody.
All right.
Okay,
Sorry.
there. All right,
All right.
there. Now, we're going to blend it just a couple of seconds until it looks like that. And while your meat is browning, till all the pink color disappears, you pour that over your meat and let it simmer until it's well done, about 5 minutes on medium-high. And then you're going to add the remaining ingredients, which will be your chili powder.
That's 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon black pepper, a few drops of Tabasco.
Right, and be careful about the Tabasco.
Don't forget the 21-ounce can of red kidney beans, undrained.
That's right.
Also, we ask you to write down 6-ounce can tomato paste. And we know you won't forget the 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. What happened to the French onion?
Now, that's in here, and that went in with the meat.
2 tablespoons of oil, 1.5 to 2 pounds of ground round, 10-ounce can of French, not creamy, onion soup. There's that thing. And 1 tablespoon of chili powder.
Now, we need a spoon. Somebody has to taste this.
Need a spoon here. All right. This is Wendy's. This is Wendy's. Don't say anything. You haven't had anything to eat over here. Oh, poor baby. All right. You pals? You're very close?
Yeah,
you got 1 spoon there. All right. Go get them. Yeah. Gloria, I hope we've done service to this because we don't want to confuse people. If you're missing it, you can write us for the transcript. We are so clever. What's next? Twinkies, or what are you going to do next?
We are moving on to the Big Mac sauce, and this is going to be your prima.
I get to start in the making
yes.
of. Oh, thank you. It's very important
and
to me.
I've got to go to the refrigerator and get out the finished
sauce
product.
they put on the Big Macs. We'll be back in just a moment with Gloria Fitz. No. All right. Here's Wednesday's.
Hurry up, Phil.
Here's Wednesday's. What do you call it? Chili.
Yes.
All right.
Come on back now.
With a respectful bow to Dave Thomas. We just the recipe detective. Incidentally, you're not a. Excuse me. I'm walking in front of the whole show here. You're not a chemist. You don't call up. You do it by taste, don't you? You trial and error. You keep trying. Okay. Here is the sauce that goes on
my very first recipe.
McDonald's.
Now this is. I want you to make it look like this. Now where's our
camera's over here? You're getting good at this, Gloria.
Okay.
All right, there it is. You can make it at home for your own hamburgers.
I gave you a cup of Miracle Whip in here, and you're going to put about a 1/3 cup. Whoops, that's not going to fit in there.
Well, that's all right.
Okay, we'll use this. About a 1/3 cup.
1/3 cup of relish.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
All right.
Okay, that's good.
All right.
And now we're going to use a 1/4 cup of, about down to this line. Pour that in there.
French dressing.
Yes. Now the orange color. We never want to use the red. Okay.
How's that?
That's good. Now you need about a tablespoon of sugar. Let's take this. Here. This is sugar.
All right. So
right in there.
Tablespoon of sugar.
Yes. I'm glad you know the difference between sugar and flour.
Well, I can't tell it from the outside of it. All right. Is this a tablespoon?
Yep. A little bit more. Come on. Give it 2 of them. Give it 2 of them. Just dump it in.
Hit it with 2.
Just
Does it say 2 on the?
1 tablespoon of sugar, but you're working with a teaspoon.
Yes, I am.
So
now that you mention it. All right.
Okay. Now a little dry minced onion.
Let me 1 cup Miracle Whip salad dressing, 1/3 cup Kraft bottled creamy French dressing.
What's this?
That's a 1/3 of a. Actually, you want the 1/3 of the whole bottle in there. Oh, of course they come in different size bottles.
Yes, that's right. But it's an 8-ounce bottle, so you're right.
The orange, not the red.
Right.
The orange. Next slide. 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon dry minced onion. We're rolling.
Okay, now stir it up.
I will. That's what I'm good
and
at.
See if it looks like the other stuff.
Oh, this is so interesting. Look at this.
Give it a
You
stir around.
deserve a Wednesday. No, that's the wrong company.
Now, this was the recipe, that the very first one I ever did when I worked for the newspapers.
And they were astounded. You sent this out. It was the biggest hit they ever heard. And it tastes just like the sauce that's on top, that's on the...
On a place called McDonald's. That's
Yes.
what they said in the reader's letter.
So we've lifted equally from McDonald's and Wendy's.
But after I did this for about 6 weeks for the paper and the editor loved it, I lost my job because I stepped on the toes of the cheesecake people.
Sarah Lee did you, did they? Well, we won't say that. All right.
But they, for the first time, had bought a whole page of advertising in that paper because of our food section, which I started. And then I lost my job because I took their product.
That's it. You were the one person on earth that Sarah Lee didn't like. How's that?
Right.
So there it is. Have we got it?
That's right.
That's enough. All right. You want to taste?
Good.
Anybody want to taste? I'll give you a chance in a moment. All right. Now, what are you ready to do next?
We're doing Twinkies.
Twinkies. All right.
Twinkles. Now, we did these, you and I together, on your show in 81.
13 years ago, all right.
Now, oops, we've lost the top. That's all right. But we're doing it a different way now.
All right.
We're doing it at a sheet cake style. And I'm going to use this and cut it into bars about the size of a Twinkie. And we're going to put the Twinkie filling on it, which, let's hope I've got it here.
Twinkies, the filling is made as follows. 1/2 cup butter or margarine, 1/2 cup Crisco, 1 cup granulated sugar, 3/4 cup pet or carnation evaporated milk, 1 tablespoon of vanilla. The cake, 3 large eggs, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla, 1 cup whole milk, 1/2 cup butter, 1 1/2 cup sugar. How am I doing?
You're doing fine.
And there's another one, of course. Continuing the cake, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3½ teaspoons baking powder, 2 cups all-purpose flour.
Now, what we did, you know what we did? Instead of making the cake from scratch, I took a yellow cake mix today because we didn't have time.
Right.
And you're going to hold that for me while I put some of the filling. We're going to do it sandwich style because we were in a hurry today. But the way to really do it is to take the oval-shaped foil containers in which you bake.
Okay, we got to run, sweetie.
Potatoes.
Now, you put another cake on top there, right?
Right.
Okay. Let me just have one. Let me just put one down.
All right, that's really too big.
That's
give it to a big person.
Give me a napkin. Who wants this? You want this? She's younger. All right. Try this. Just take that big job right there. Give me a bite and tell me if that's not a Twinkie. I mean a twinkle. Excuse me. And we'll be back isn't it good? In just a moment. Here's some napkin. Can we say it again and leave it up since the transcript? The transcript, your husband's first name is?
Paul.
Paul. These guys are going to make a killing on the transcript. Look at this. $3 a piece they're going to get. Transcript, Journal Graphics, 1535 Grant Street, Denver, Colorado. The zip is 80203. If you want to call, the area code is 303. The number is 831-9000. And we do that. What do we usually do? Show them, Brian, in the back there. What are you serving? What is that you're eating back there? Twinkles. Yeah.
Twinkles.
All right, here we come with, I assume you're calling this Wednesday's Frosty.
Yes, Wednesday's Frosty.
Yeah, not to be confused, of course, with Wendy's. Go get them.
Now, I have a cup of milk in the blender. Cup of milk. And I'm going to put about a 1/2 cup. Now, I'm not going to trust you to do this because you don't know.
No, that's true. I don't know what I'm doing.
Just shaking a 1/2 cup. You just don't know that.
So how much is that?
About a 1/2 cup of Nestle's Quick chocolate drink powder.
1/2 cup of Nestle.
And about 3 cups of the softened vanilla ice cream. You can see how soft this is. We've had it in the refrigerator, not in the freezer, for about an hour. And that's what will give us.
Here's Wednesday's Frosty. Now, give it the big zap there. Oh, that looks good. 1 cup of milk, 1/2 cup Nestle's Quick chocolate drink powder, 3 cups slightly softened vanilla ice cream. Put the ice cream from the freezer into the refrigerator for an hour. And just zap it like, is that it?
That's it.
Oh,
now,
that's easy. Oh, guess who wants some of this? It would be really ungracious of me, though.
It should be thick enough to eat with a spoon.
Yes, it
really
should be. Look at this. Go ahead. There you go. Enjoy. All right. Good, huh? Yeah.
You want to take care
That's
of it from
Wednesday's
there?
Frosty.
Okay.
All right, what else we got here?
Oh, we've
Here,
got...
you're going to take that out there?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay,
You know-
Molly will serve the Wednesday's Frosty to as many people in our audience as we can get to.
And our...
Yeah, what do you got now?
We've got Glorio cookies.
Glorio cookies, just what we've been looking for here.
Now, this is the... Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll take them. All right.
Okay,
Take them off.
Whoops,
there.
take the
Wait a
paper
minute.
off.
Here are homemade Glorio cookies.
Now, that's double stuff.
See, this is... Yeah.
And when they...
Hold on to this.
Because
Don't lose it.
we're running out of time.
Who wants it? You got to catch it. You got to catch it. All right, here it comes. Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead, it's yours. Go. All right, let me.
All right. Okay.
All right, here's the Glorio cookies. Can we get it on? No. We'll save it for the next. We'll give you the recipe to Glorio cookies in just a moment. Who wants it here? Wait a minute. Oh, excuse me. I didn't. Hey, we haven't been over here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Once again, the transcript, show them, Brian, is because that's the only way you're going to get these recipes if you haven't written them down, is at Journal Graphics, 1535 Grant Street, Denver, Colorado. The zip is 80203. $3, $3. The area code is 303-831-9000. We didn't do the Glorio.
Oh, the Glorio.
You call them better than sex cookies? I'm telling you.
Well, I thought this...
You go on the Donahue Show, and there goes the whole neighborhood. You start talking. That's funny. You like it? Was it good? Glorio cookies. Here, give them the recipe, Brian. The cookie, 18-ounce package of Devil's Food cake mix.
Just like this. Whoops.
Yeah, there's the Devil's Food cake mix. Take a picture, Brian. Sometime, there you go. 18-ounce package of Devil's Food cake mix. 2 eggs plus 2 tablespoons of water, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, 1/4 cup of bitter cocoa powder. The filling, 1 envelope of unflavored gelatin.
The cocoa.
Yeah, well, okay.
It means unsweetened.
You got me all confused here. 1/4 cup cold water, 1 cup of Crisco, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 pound plus 1 cup of powdered sugar. What?
That was for the filling.
1 pound plus 1 cup?
1 pound of powdered sugar plus 1 cup with the gelatin and the Crisco and everything else, and that's the filling, the double stuff.
I'll tell you what. And they'll roll you out of bed the morning after
You're
you
going
eat
to get about a half a teaspoon per serving of that.
Now,
really. Now, this is what you do.
You know what's the final? Here's the finish. She can make Cracker Jacks. Right? Am I wrong? What do you call them? Quacker Jacks. All right, good. Well, that'll keep us out of jail. Show them. Show them the tape, Brian, before we get into the.
Yes, the way we did it this afternoon was perfect.
Yes, Gloria prepared this.
And
look up there. What are you doing, Gloria?
We're putting the simmered caramel stuff into the popcorn, and we have just added baking soda to it, which you would do if you were making regular popcorn. But we sauteed the peanuts so that when we added them to the oven-warm popcorn, they were the same temperature. And this is what we got. And is there a recipe display for this? We have samples to pass out. Let's try. Yeah. All right, let me have this. No, wait a minute. Oh, samples over right there. Here? Oh, yes. You mean they're in a big cup? All right. Hey, here we go. Here's samples, and we don't have much time left. All right, here we go. Wait a minute. I go over this side. You go up there. This is samples. All right, here we go. Oh. There you go for the cheat sheet. Cracker Jacks, 1 cup of peanuts, 2 sticks of butter or margarine, 5 cups popcorn, 2 cups packed brown sugar, 1/2 cup light corn syrup, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Look what the audience did to the filling for the Twinkles. This is the audience did this. I'll tell you, this is your last visit to our program. Oh, Gloria, I can't believe that. Really, she doesn't want to have the pressure anymore. And believe me, she got it the last time. Are you there, caller? You wanted to ask a brief question.
I wanted, the recipes are great, but why can't she be sued if I used her recipes?
I don't know what they put into their products. Neither do I want to know. And I'm just trying to have a make-alike, like the perfume people do with the perfumes.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the following.
Tetley round decaffeinated tea bags with 29% more tea per bag. But why is it round?
A fresh cat box starts with Johnny Cat Premium Cat Litter with exclusive Green Guard odor control.
Ooh, I love my Johnny Cat.
Guest accommodations provided by the luxurious Drake Hotel, a Swiss hotel on Park Avenue. Call 1-800-DRAKE New York and ask about our weekend and honeymoon packages starting at $125.